This is the perfect music, by the way, for what we're about to talk about.
Is it more 80s movies?
No, it's not 80s movies. It is Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
So it debuted on February 19th, 1968. It lasted 31 seasons, 912 episodes, before it wrapped up on August 31st, 2001.
Again, that was one of those that I would probably watch if I was at like a daycare or a morning care system, but never really watched at home.
I honestly don't ever really remember watching it. I remember it terrified me.
I'd going into the world of fairy tale or whatever it was.
Yeah. No, the thing that got me was that the one puppet that looked like an alcoholic because it had the giant red nose and the cheeks.
Yeah. No, that one got everybody in the world of make-believe. The world of make-believe.
Ugh. Well, Fred Rogers
like this.
composed the show's music himself. The iconic theme, Won't You Be My Neighbor, and much of the show's music were written and performed by Fred Rogers himself. Rogers was a trained pianist and composer, and he believed music was a powerful tool for communicating with children. The show frequently featured live jazz performances and Rogers' close friend, Johnny Costa, playing the piano. And the show was inspired by Rogers' dislike of commercial TV.
All right.
Fred Rogers initially worked in television behind the scenes, but was frustrated by the way children's programming relied on slapstick violence and fast-paced action. He wanted to create a gentler, more thoughtful show that respected children's emotions and intelligence. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood debuted nationally in 1968 and became one of the longest-running children's programs in TV history. Mm-hmm. Did you know Mr. Rogers' famous sweaters were knitted by his mother? Rogers' iconic cardigan sweaters, which he put on at the start of every episode, were hand-knitted by his mother, Nancy Rogers. She made sweaters for family members every Christmas, and Fred wore them on air as a tribute to her. One of his sweaters is now in the Smithsonian Institute as a piece of American history. The show also tackled some pretty serious subjects. Unlike many children's shows, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood openly discussed difficult real-world topics. I don't know what it's talking about here. I thought He-Man was covering a lot of really difficult topics. But some of the ones...
I can tell you what's happening here.
Well, I can too. It's what I'm about to get to.
I thought you were honestly being like, you didn't know.
You legitimately rolled past the joke that I said about He-Man.
No, I got that too, but I thought you were trying to be like your little jokey jokes.
No, so it covered death.
Sorry.
There was an episode about the passing of a pet fish, divorce, explaining how families can change but still love each other, the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy. He helped children process the tragedy in 1968, and as the photo shows, the racism. Officer Clemens, played by Francois Clemens, shared a swimming pool with Rogers in a groundbreaking moment. Rogers believed in helping children navigate their emotion through kindness and understanding. And finally, Fred Rogers defended PBS in front of Congress. Mm-hmm. In 1969, the U.S. government considered cutting PBS funding. And now we're just completely getting rid of the Department of Education.
Everything. Well, I mean, our education is such crap anyways. What does it matter?
True. Rogers gave an emotional testimony in front of Congress explaining the importance of public television and how his show helped children. His speech was so moving that Senator John Pastor, who initially seemed indifferent, responded, "I think it's wonderful. Looks like you just earned the $20 million. His testimony is now considered one of the most famous moments in public broadcasting history. And I would say in moments of Congress as well. That was huge. Huge. Let me tell you, it was huge.
Huge.
We're going to get rid of the Department of Education. I didn't have an education, and look how amazing I am.